This is Rob Pincus, and you're listening to Talking Lead.
Welcome back to Talking Lead. This is Zeke, and how's it going, Left Hand?
There's Left Hand here. We are at the NRA in Houghton.
Yes, we are. We're on the top of the Lone Wolf bus trailer. What the heck is this thing?
I don't know. It's a high-rise. It's freaking awesome, though.
Yeah, we feel like kings up here because we're looking around the whole convention floor, and no one has anything like this. Everybody's down on the floor.
Looking down on our minions.
Awesome.
It's pretty cool, though.
You're going to have a little abbreviated version of the show this week because you'll hear a bunch of the recorded interviews we did, and also we've got a live interview. We've got a special guest here with us.
A ton of video also we're going to be posting.
Oh, a ton of video. I don't know how many YouTube videos are going to go up from this thing. We've interviewed a ton of people.
I mean, we've done like 3 years worth of work, 2 days.
4 days.
We've been here 4 days?
3 days.
Oh.
3 days. I don't know.
2 days.
We've been here a hell of a long time.
Introduce our guest.
Okay, we got a special guest here with us. Chris, you want us to use your last name at all?
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
How do you pronounce it?
You know Secret Squirrel?
I've read it.
Not anymore. I'm a recovering secret squirrel. Now I don't hide my nuts. I show them to everybody.
That's awesome.
Just hang them out there for everybody to see. That's
hey
great.
guys, my name's Christopher Mark Heben. I'm a former U.S. Navy SEAL, and
Awesome.
I'm hanging out with these two fine gentlemen at the NRA convention here in Houston.
Very cool.
Fine,
We're glad
gentlemen.
to have you. Appreciate you joining us today.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, we've met a number of Navy SEAls this week.
We have.
We just got done meeting with Larry Lasky over at Frog Lube.
Larry, absolutely. Frog Lube's a great product.
Oh my gosh, Frog Lube is awesome. We had an AR-15 beauty contest. One of the guys, he's a Green Beret, brought in some Frog Lube as a prize. We usually are Hobbies 9 guys, and he pulled out the Frog Lube, and we smelled it, and we started playing with it. We're like, this stuff is the greatest stuff on earth.
And then he puts it in his mouth.
Yeah, we were over there meeting him. He licked it. It was awesome.
But Sam did it too.
Sam sprayed it in his mouth. He had a spray bottle. He kind of
he
sprayed
did
it in his mouth.
like Chlorcell.
Well, the good thing with that is, like, if you have any concerns with, if you have some cancer scares, or if you have cancer in your family, this and that, you're not going to be using any kind of like nasty ass chemical. It's
right.
You could actually swallow, and it's good for you.
Oh, yeah.
So we were stoked about that.
Frog Lube's the
talked
business.
to him for a good long time.
Yeah, we're everywhere, man. SEALs are all over the place.
And the great thing about it is, I'll let you finish that, I mean, interrupt, but we got guys like you, because you guys were telling us, I mean, there's tons of people that go around saying they're Navy SEALs, and they're not, and you guys have a way to weed those people out real quick.
Well, the FBI estimates that for every real SEAL, there's at least 3,000 imposters.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the thing to say, And I can't fault a guy if he's saying it to, like, hook up with a chick or something like that. Like, hey, maybe good on you, But
only if he hooks up with it, though.
Right.
Yeah,
If you're using it to, to monetize it, if you're monetizing, my blood, sweat, and tears, and my buddies' lives and stuff, that's just straight out, flat out douchebaggery, man.
Yeah.
We'll find you. We'll get you. There's a guy in Virginia Beach. He's a retired senior chief named Don Shipley, and you can Google Don Shipley. That is his job in life, to ferret out these spineless weasels, and he does an excellent job at it. He's all over like YouTube and stuff. So Don's
so it's so rampant they've actually had to get somebody to
yeah. Well, people don't realize, if you went through BUDS or SEAL training and were signed to a team, you are in a database. Your name exists. It's not like, I was a secret squirrel, blah blah blah, and I'm not on a database. That's
I'm erased from all databases.
Yeah. It's there.
You're on.
It is there, and if you're not on that list, you don't exist in that community.
But then you guys have other ways, and we're not going to give those away on how to weed people out, too. Yeah?
Absolutely. I can ask you a series of, 2 questions, and
you'll know.
If you don't have the right answers, you are going to meet, my knee is going to meet your face.
Hey, that's something you don't want, I can tell you right now.
Right. Then we were hanging out with another SEAL from Reaper Outdoors, Ron.
He's
another good guy.
Yeah, Ron's awesome.
Gave us the same exact spiel you just gave us about finding out the fakies.
It's cool, man. It's cool to, like, you see a dude, no kidding, you see a guy in the airport, and he's rocking a SEAL Trident, like, big as life, a real, no shit, legit one that I would wear on a uniform.
Right.
And he's got it, like, on his hat or on a bag or something like that. You come up to him and be like, hey, man, blah, 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 and he's just looking at you with that blank stare. And you just physically, you just tell him, hey, I'm going to remove that piece of kit from your person or from your gear right now, and
Right.
it would behoove you just to let it happen that way.
Behoove you.
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
And they usually don't say
'Cause you will
anything.
lose.
They
Yeah.
usually have this. They become very apologetic.
So what about fanboys out there like myself who
Yeah.
are into these morale patches, and they might have a morale patch with the.
Well, that's cool.
I don't have one, but I'm just saying.
Well, and the coolest thing you can say, if a real SEAL comes up to you and asks you about something, he's questioning, are you trying to like perpetrate or something like that? Like, oh no, man, I'm a big fan and this and that, and, or hey, a SEAL
Just
gave
Joe
this to me, or
Schmo.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dude, it's cool, man, and you'll strike up a conversation. We're very, very friendly guys.
Right, right.
We're so secure with our own badassery and ass kickery that we don't have to reach into that bag unless it's like absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't inappropriate, to do that. Okay.
No, but Zeke, though, for you guys listening right now, he is a massive man. He's huge. He's 6'7", 270, well, maybe 300 pounds, but
He's swimming down. He's
He's a
he's a
swimming
big
down.
dude. So, we were hanging out last night, and he was the biggest guy of the crew, but I think the smallest guy was like 6'4", 255. So I was like hiding right in the middle of him. I felt more safe than I ever have.
I would have been the smallest guy there. That was me.
Well, no, you were the guy feeding me the beers.
That's right. I'm keeping my boys happy.
I'm not going to fault you for that, though. You didn't keep me safe. You kept me intoxicated.
There you go. Yeah, we even had a guy come up to he came up to me, and I was standing next to Chris, and he was like, "Hey, do you know so and so from Team 6?" And I'm sitting there going,
Asking
"Is that
you?
a basketball team that was on it at some point?" And I'm just trying to rack my brain, going, and then it hit me, "Oh, SEAL Team 6," and I was like, "No, he's the SEAL over there."
It was a movie, wasn't it?
I told myself you should have went with it, man. That would have been amazing. It would have been fun to watch. Stumble your way through it,
No, because then I would have ended up in that conversation you got stuck in for an hour.
I would have gave you a hall pass, man. Totally.
You got a freebie when he's with you, right?
Matter of fact, my buddy that I'm here with, Todd.
Yeah.
Todd Knight, he was a support tech at the team. You have your operators, and you have support tech. Behind every SEAL is a couple of awesome techs. They keep your weapons squared away because
Right.
your op tempo was so intense that a lot of times stuff gets broken, and you don't have the minutes in a day to fix it. So you check it in and you pick it up when it's done, and you appreciate that so well. But
Right.
we tell these guys, hey, do your job. That's all we ask you to do. But Todd does his job very, very well. And but we tell him, hey, you be a SEAL for a night, and I'll be the tech. We always kind of switch roles,
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have the superheroes and the sidekicks. Our techs we don't look at them as sidekicks.
So is a tech a SEAL also?
No, they're not. They're
Okay.
they're regular Navy personnel that get assigned to a SEAL team, and you got some of these techs that are amazing, and you have some that you just need to make them go away.
Right.
When I say go away, I mean just like have them leave the command.
Seriously,
Yeah,
go somewhere else.
yeah.
Go to another division. huh?
Todd's not one of those dudes. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Well, that's cool. So you were telling us that's kind of a past life of yours, and you're on to bigger and better things now. Tell us a little bit about what it is you do now.
Yeah, I transitioned into doing some consulting and for media and television. After Bin Laden got shot in the face, I made a lot of big splashes on major news networks, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Headline News, and which led to some appearances on Discovery Channel, History Channel, Military Channel. I did Secrets of SEAL Team 6.
Cool.
And then another show called Inside Bin Laden's Lair. I did a show called Black Ops, America's Book of Secrets. It's like a long-running TV show, and they had a
Right.
Black Ops edition. So then I did a UK show for Channel 4 called WikiLeaks, Secrets and Lies, the Julian Assange story. So I've made some splashes. I recently returned from Africa. I was there for 6 weeks, and we filmed an anti-poaching show. I can't tell you the network, but it's a major U.S. and international television network. The show is going to air Q4 of this year, so probably late September, early October.
Cool. We'll be looking for that one.
And they'll probably announce it within the next couple months. But
What
I really
network
can't
were those
say
other
anything.
shows on that you were telling us about?
Those were on Discovery Channel, Military Channel, History Channel.
Okay.
And this network is Discovery Channel is the parent corporation. That's all I'm going to say. And so it'll air in Q4. It's a anti-poaching show. Me and a good buddy of mine, Travis Lively. Travis is another former SEAL. He was heavily featured in that Discovery Channel show called Bud's Class 234.
Okay.
So Travis and I went to boot camp together. We took the SEAL screening test on the same day. There was 125 dudes that took the test.
Cool.
4 of us passed it, and all four of us became SEAls.
Right.
So Travis was the best man at my wedding, so I've known him forever. So it only makes sense that him and I are in Africa chasing down people that are
Poaching.
poaching.
That's cool.
How
poaching
fun
animals.
was
So
that?
It was amazing. There was a lot of challenges, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's serious. I'm not trying to make light of it, but at the same time, I mean, it had to have been fun.
It was fun, and people don't realize that Africa, as a continent, loses about 150 elephants a day.
Wow.
So from elephant poaching, from standpoint alone, if we don't do something to mitigate that severely, within the next 4 years, there will be no elephants left alive in the wild.
Wow.
So that's pretty crazy. So it was a good anti-poaching project, and you guys will hear more about that when I'm allowed to talk. I'll come back on and give you guys an exclusive.
It's interesting you said that, because I said this on a past show. I love hunting, and I would love to go on some exotic hunts. But I was watching one of the, I can't remember if it was Sportsman's Channel or Outdoor Network, and they were doing exotic hunts and they were hunting elephants. When I saw that, there was just something that was like,
Right.
This is wrong.
Yeah, it's like the elephant, and our listeners can go, "Oh, you pansy!" But there was just something there that it just made me feel uncomfortable. Everything else I've seen doesn't faze me. But yeah,
because obviously there's an intelligence there. I mean, you can see it, you can just feel it, and it's
absolutely.
It's just wrong to kill an elephant.
It's crazy. One of my buddies was in Africa like 30 years ago. And he ran it to, literally, it was a baby elephant. It was about 5-6-year-old elephant, and he had a good relationship with it. It was at an orphanage. He fed it all the time, and petted it, and they talked and chatted.
Awesome.
And elephants are like horses. If you blow into their trunk like you blow into a horse's snout, kind of helps them you imprint yourself on that animal. So my buddy went back to Africa 25 years later and had his son with him, a 10-year-old kid, and this elephant comes out of the bush and comes right up to him, and it's this elephant that he met 25 years ago, and he's sniffing all over my buddy and his kid like every square inch. And then the mom elephant takes back off into the bush and comes back with her baby.
She
was not satisfied until my buddy had touched every square inch of her baby. Because it was like a sharing thing,
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
I hunt. I've hunted, elk, black bear.
Yeah.
I'm a big white-tailed guy, being from Ohio. I mean, that's big-ass white-tailed deer country. But I feel the same way about elephant hunting.
There's just something about the elephant. It's like when
they live for 70 years.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is ivory right now is at an all-time high value, $4,000 a kilo. Wow. So by the time your average bull elephant is about 45 years old, they've got about $500,000 worth of ivory hanging on their face.
Wow.
The African elephant is Loxodonta africana, which basically means big-ass toothed African animal. And they've got 6 teeth, and 2 of them are worth a lot of money.
That's amazing.
It's a big problem.
Yeah.
So
wasn't there a guy over here that had some elephant tusks?
Yeah, in the over in the outfitters area.
Yeah,
the hunting lodge out.
Interesting.
Something like that.
We didn't stop by to see what that was about, but
so if we hear screaming and stuff in about an hour about 100 yards that way, we know Chris has found
we know
him.
where Chris went.
It was not me. So I got that project, and I'm working on some stuff with Outdoor Channel, trying to get on a couple of shows that they have, and they're making a show with me and my fiance Nicole McLean. So. Should be some interesting things. I'm also the narrative voice for Under Armour's hunting show that's coming out this July on Outdoor Channel. It's called Ridge Reaper. So you won't see me, but you'll hear me doing all the narration on the scenes.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I'm getting into the television.
You're going to be like the hunting Morgan Freeman.
I would like that. I would like that.
Morgan Freeman.
I want Mike Rowe's job. But I know you guys are in Nashville, and this is very, very cool for me because I'm writing some country music. I'm a big country music fan, and I've written 4 songs, 5 songs, and I'm putting an
anything
album
published
together.
yet?
No, nothing. I've kind of just waiting to launch that until I figure out exactly what's the best way to do it and how to navigate those shark-infested waters. And
So are you doing? Is it country music?
Yeah, it's country music. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of listeners in Nashville. They may have some recording hookups.
Can you give us a little snippet of?
Well, yeah, I tell you what. I wrote a song called "The Patriot" or "Patriot," I call it, and it's basically about the emotional and mental drama and trauma that takes place with families. And also with the guys that are leaving.
Gotcha.
So it's called Patriot. I'll sing a little bit of it. I got the call to leave today. My team and I are going away. Where to, how long? Well, that's a need to know. But you can bet on us 'cause we're good to go. It's tough at home, but they know the drill. We've been doing it for years. Goodbyes at the terminal gate. Little faces red with tears. You see, it's not just me, it's my family. They pay a price too, and it shows. It's a fear in their eyes, it's my baby's cries, wondering if I'll come back when I go. So that's the first verse, and then the chorus goes like this. I'm a patriot. I bleed red, white, and blue. I'm a patriot. Does that word bother you? And I'll fight for this land I love, from the sea, the ground, or from high above, 'cause I'm a patriot. Damn right, my heart beats true.
Nice,
man. Yeah, good job, man.
So, that's
awesome.
That's going to be a
that's
hit,
Patriot.
Brother.
Yeah, and obviously, I'm not warmed up, and my pipes are kind of.
Well, you've been yelling.
Right. I've been rolling on 8 hours of sleep for the last 3 days total.
No,
so.
I mean that's off the hip. That was awesome, dude.
How big is your stove? Because you've got a ton of pots on that thing right now.
So that's a cool song. I got another song called "Nervous," another song called "Since September," and "Nervous" is a kind of a thing that my girl says. When I start to kissing on her and touching on her and stuff, she's like, "You make me nervous," and of course, nervous kind of means like I'm getting her riled up in a good way. So nervous, but I apply it to myself.
Getting randy.
So, yeah. So yeah, man, I'd love to get some traction.
Speaking of your lovely lady we met last night.
Yes.
She's quite a badass herself.
Yes, she's an avid huntress. Matter of fact, she's been slaying animals longer than I have. Yeah, so Nicole McLean, her website's NicoleMcLean.com. She's a good gal, beautiful, smart. Just she loves to get at it. And when Animal or an Outdoor Channel came up to us and said, "Hey, we want to do a show with you," they knew that she was legit, and they knew that I was legit because you could see that on television. If someone's faking and perpetrating,
you can't hide that. Yeah.
Right. So so she's totally legit, and she's easy on the eyes. She's a great listener. When you're talking to her, she is doing nothing but looking right at you, right in the eyes. She makes you feel like you were the only person in the room.
Yeah.
And
I noticed that last night.
That's a skill that I've learned from her. I try to do that more and more because I'm impressed when I watch her do that. I'm like, that is amazing. That is a skill that like everyone should learn.
Very intelligent, very smart. And do you think you could tell the deer on the side of the road story as well as she did?
Oh, that's a great story. So Nicole and I are going. We're going out to the place where we hunt at. We're gonna kind of do some maintenance to our deer stands and stuff because we're planning on getting back to them like in a week, the next weekend. Sure. So we're taking off in the truck and we're driving on the highway and she comes to a screeching halt. I'm like, baby, what the hell's going on? What happened? She's like, she didn't say anything. She just throws it in reverse and just hauls ass back the other way.
Right.
So she sees this 8-pointer on the road just hit by a car, laying there dead, probably been dead for a couple hours. So she wants the antlers off of this thing because she wants to use them to rattle with, So,
there you go. Yeah.
And of course, as luck would have it, like she normally carries like a buck saw, a folding saw in the back of the car in this kit bag that we have.
Standard
like
equipment for her, right?
Well, it's like her zombie apocalypse bag,
there you
right?
go.
So we don't have this. So I've got this like Spyderco tactical folder on me that's got a little bit of like a 1.5-inch saw blade on the back end of it. So I'm like sawing the shit out of these antlers, We're out there for like 30 minutes, changing, switching out because I'm burning out both of my biceps and shoulders, and then I hand her the knife and she does the same thing. So we're like round robin and
Oh my gosh.
this thing. So this cop pulls up. He's like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
Are you molesting that deer?
I'm like, "Look, this thing was dead on the road. We dragged it onto the berm, and now we're harvesting these antlers because we want to use them." He's like, "Well, you guys can't just do that. If you're going to mess with the deer or touch it all, you have to take it."
Make you take the whole deer.
Yeah.
Son of a
So we
gun.
heave it up. At least he helped me lift it up in the truck, right? Because I wasn't going to ask Nicole to do it. So we threw it up in the truck, and now we're continuing on our journey to our hunting site, and we pass this like volunteer fire department. Sure. So she's like takes another crazy ass turn. In the apartment. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" She's like, "I know they have a saw in there." So you got these two 23-year-old dudes just on a little sleepy Saturday morning, just probably watching TV or playing Xbox or some shit, right? And then here comes this hot brunette.
Covered in blood,
wearing real tree hardwoods, and she coming in asking if they have a saw. And these dudes are like, "What in the world? Who are
they're
you?
Freaking out.
What are you?
Are you okay?
Right? They don't know if they're turned on or grossed out or just freaked out.
A little
right?
bit of both, right?
So they had a sawzall. We managed to get the antlers off, and we still have them. We use them to rattle, but it's just a great story. It's
that
just
is
crazy. She's intense,
and you can never get rid of those antlers now.
No, we won't. We
should engrave something on them for that incident.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Roadkill antlers.
There you go.
We're getting the wrap-up sign, but I want to get into something real quick before we go.
Yeah.
All our listeners know my medical background too. So when I heard you talking about your other business, one of the other pots on the fire, that was pretty fascinating. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so when I left the teams, I did some work for Blackwater for a few years on some agency contracts. They had a program called Select, which was exactly that. It was a very select program for certain qualifications. So I did that, and I had my fifth brush with death. I'm like, I got to stop doing this shit. So I started a company with my business partner, who's a medical doctor, called Medical Security International, or MSI. And MSI exists to basically take you to a bad place and bring you home, or come and get you from a bad place and bring you home. We're like a medical concierge. So, but our guys are all former spec ops dudes who are now high-level to mid-level medical practitioners, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, or MDs who are former Delta Force guys, SEALs, Green Berets, some Marine Special Forces dudes, some MARSOC guys. So I call them hybrid operators or cerebral commandos. We can shoot, move, communicate, and work a bag of medicine. So right now it's a niche market. We cater to really high net worth folks who are worth hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. They want to go to Mexico to visit a business that they bought, some sort of manufacturing plant.
Right.
So they come to me and say, hey, what's the climate like there? Hey, sir, you don't want to go there right now. They're just killing people every day there on the roads and stuff like that. So they'll pay me for my advice and for my connections. And when we do launch, they'll pay me to put a couple guys onto that detail. If we don't go with them, if they do go somewhere, they can call us at any time, anywhere. We'll come and get them with a vetted, legit, U.S. staffed, English-speaking, up-to-date asset, whether that's a helicopter or an airplane. So they'll pay us about $10,000 a year for the privilege of making that phone call. But when they make
almost like a retainer.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Right.
When they make that phone call, though, when we come get them, it usually runs about $275,000. But if you're worth $3 billion, that's like you or I stroking a check
if you're
for
in trouble,
$200.
If they're in trouble,
what's your life worth?
Exactly.
Right.
So you get a competent crew of former spec ops guys that can treat any medical issue, whether you've been shot, stabbed, blown up, or low blood sugar.
Yeah, it's like you got in your training, and you're trained to probably don't know what you're getting into, but once you get there, you can quickly assess and then make adjustments on the run.
Absolutely.
So they're paying for that kind of.
Yeah, you can take care of them medically, and if it hits the fan, you've got people who tactically know what to do.
Guys are cool, calm, collected, and we know what to do.
Awesome.
So I got a lot of irons in the fire, man. I tell you what.
You just said Navy SEAL. Let me see. Let's run down the list here. Navy SEAL. You're a writer.
A writer,
singer, musician. I assume you play some instruments as well. Of course, we didn't have one here for you.
I can snap my fingers, brother. That's it.
There you go. Air guitar.
My voice is my instrument.
Air guitar. You're an actor. Probably a producer as well. Probably doing some producing type stuff.
Entrepreneur.
And then
the hunting Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. With your medical thing there. Good Lord, man, you got a lot of hats, a lot of kettles on the stove,
pots on the fire,
pots on the fire,
irons in the fire. Yeah. So
I got to throw our Canadian brothers.
He's got a lot of stuff.
Our guys up in Canada call them kettles. So.
Kettles.
Yeah. They're kettles.
A whole different kettle of fish.
But I tell you what, that stuff. What makes me the most happy and satisfied is the creating stuff, the music, the television. I love to sing, and I just hopefully that gets some traction in Nashville.
Yeah.
And did I say Nashville?
You said Nashville, but Nashville will work too.
Smashville.
Nashville. Yeah.
Man, if Nashville could throw me some love, that'd be great.
We've got a bunch there.
It's there. I think
Toby,
you got
Keith,
the connection.
Call me, brother.
Toby's listening.
Dallas.
Mark
Davidson,
Wills was here.
Davidson.
Did you meet with Mark Wills?
I didn't.
Okay, because he's a host of one of these shows on the Outdoor Network, and he's in country music as well. He's a big country music guy. He may still be here.
I got a call from CMT. I guess they're coming out with some kind of shoot 'em up show, like a Top Shot type thing. So they call me. I submitted my information, pictures and bio and things like that. So I think that's right up my alley. I shoot and I sing. Come on now.
So the only thing I also want to know about MSI is how do we get one of those shirts?
You know what?
That's awesome.
I like the
U.S.
hat.
Elite Gear is going to be carrying, because I'm one of their featured bloggers and stuff like that.
Sure.
We're going to be carrying hats and T-shirts probably within the next
And the public
2
will be
weeks.
able to order them?
Yes, they can go right on there and
Gotcha.
click, my CMH swag or something.
Do you have a website for MSI?
I don't.
Okay.
We purposely don't.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like
Yeah,
word of mouth, it's like down
gotcha.
low stuff. Those guys, when they're worth that much money, they just want everything on the DL.
Gotcha.
That's not something.
Do you have
they're really
like
gonna go to the
super
internet
extra
for, is it?
huge?
You know what? I think we have double XL.
That's what I wear.
It'll be
Yeah.
fine. And
Yeah, it'll
these
fit.
are American Apparel shirts, so they're kind of flexible.
Yeah.
One of those
This
lids,
one's
man.
American
I love your
Apparel.
lid. I like
Yeah.
that.
One. So that same fabric,
Yeah.
very comfortable.
All right. Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thanks for
buddy.
having me, guys.
All right, we're back here at the Talking Lead Studios in Nashville. We're no longer in Houston. I am going to play something really cool for you guys. We had the opportunity to interview Arlie Ermy, the gunny from Full Metal Jacket, also from several commercials, other movies. Awesome, awesome guy. He gave us the permanent new intro to the Jack Wagon of the Week. So here you go.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jack Wagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
That was awesome. Arlie Ermy doing our Jack Wagon of the Week intro. And it's going to be like that from now on. So anyways, our Jack Wagon of the Week this week, I don't know if any of you have followed all the press that was going on down at the NRA convention. Rob Pincus, a well-known trainer, firearms trainer, self-defense trainer, was teaching a home defense class. And he made the comment that, if you're in your house and you hear a ruckus, you're up in the middle of the night, what's your first instinct? Your first instinct is go to your kid's room and protect your children. That's going to be my instinct if I had that situation. But what he was saying was, if you put a gun inside a quick access safe under combination that only you know or your spouse knows, the kids don't have access to, and you put it in a very safe and secure place in your kid's room, then you don't have to worry about running to your room to get your firearm and your kids being alone. So you can get straight to your kid's room, protect them from there, barricade yourself in if you're not able to get them and yourself out of the house, out of the situation. After that, he said, if you're worried about your kids getting into your safe, getting into your firearm safe, without your knowledge, without your permission, then you get a lot more problems going on in your household than just somebody breaking in. I think that's what he said, somebody breaking in. And the crowd laughed. They thought I was, made a little funny there. Well, one of the media outlets, their headline was, Rob Pincus says, keep your gun in your kid's room, and crowd laughs. Well, some of the fallout from that, Rob goes on to this gentleman named Tom Hartman's show. And he is officially going to be our Jack Wagon of the Week. I'm going to play the clip, and you just kind of try to figure out why he's our Jack Wagon of the Week this week.
Welcome back to the Tom Hartman program. 6 minutes past the hour. Last week at the NRA convention, or last weekend at the NRA convention, one of the speakers who got the most publicity, whether he wanted it or not, was Rob Pincus, who a firearms and personal defense expert, professional trainer, the owner of ICE Training, his website icetraining.us, when he suggested that guns should be stored in kids' bedrooms, in gun lockers in their bedrooms. And a lot of us went on the air afterwards and said, what? Really? So I thought I would just ask him in person. Rob Pincus, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us. Are you a parent?
I am.
I mean, I've raised 3 kids. I was one myself. I have 3 brothers. I can tell you, I remember when my parents never owned a gun, but I remember when I was like maybe 6 or 7 years old and my parents were gone. We had a babysitter, and we found a box of condoms in my dad's bedroom, and it was well concealed. And we didn't know what they were. We thought they were really cool balloons. And when my parents came home, they discovered me and my 3 brothers out in the front yard with like 10 or 15 blunt.
Okay, you got to see Rob Pincus's face when he starts to say this. There's just a slight cringe, like, what? What are you saying?
Up condoms, these giant balloons, bouncing them around. I just can't, in retrospect, can't imagine my father's humiliation and the poor little babysitter. She had no idea what they were and what was going on. She was, some 13, 14-year-old. Had that been a gun rather than a condom, I shudder to think what would have happened. Do you really think the guns should be stored in kids' bedrooms?
Well, I don't think
You have got to be kidding me. Now I'm going to fast forward towards the end, and he says something a little even more jackwagony here towards the end. So,
what I'm curious about is how we think that calling 911 instantly solves a problem.
I'm not saying it does.
At the seminar that has gotten so much attention at the NRA convention, I taught one on Friday, one on Saturday, and one on Sunday. The first step that we teach in a 3-step plan is to evade. The first thing we teach is get out of the house. If you're standing by the back door and the bad guy's coming in the front door, get out. But again, as a parent, if the kids are upstairs, I'm not going to run out the back door. I'm going to run upstairs to where the kids are. I'm not going to abandon my family and hope the police get there in time.
But see, we should, I just think even having this conversation. One of my callers earlier asked me to ask you, why is it that when people with guns who are white they're identified as shooters, when they're Muslim or people of color, they're identified as terrorists?
I can't answer that.
All right.
He's ridiculous. So anyways, this Tom Hartman guy, he is our jackwagon of the week. Tom Hartman, welcome to the Jackwagon Train. If you want to see that video, you can go to Rob Pincus's YouTube channel. It's just Rob Pincus, Pincus, and you'll be able to see it there. Here are some more audio recordings and interviews from our trip to the NRA. I'm going to start off with Dan and I taking off really early in the morning and a couple little recordings there, and then we'll go into some interviews. Welcome back to Talking Lead. It is 4:30 in the morning, and Left Hand and I...
Yo, it's Left Hand.
Are heading to NRA. This is going to be our makeshift episode. We'll pop in and out throughout the day. And right now, I can't feel my face. I'm so tired.
EDC check.
Oh, Lord. On my 4 o'clock, on my hip, I got a Glock 19. Inside the console, I got the 1911 and the 357 Magnum Taurus.
Sweet. I'm packing the Walther PPS on the hip today, and I've got the new Ruger LC9 for the ankle carry, but I'm not ankle carrying because I got shorts on.
That would be awesome. You need an ankle carry with the shorts.
I could do that in Tennessee anyway.
Yeah. Texas we can, though. Of all states, Texas you can't open carry.
That's ridiculous.
You would think in the Wild West you could open carry.
Well, it's ridiculous.
All right, so I'll get Left Hand to put his seatbelt on so this doesn't beep anymore, and we'll pop back in a little later.
Can you take the...
So we are going down the road. We're about to hit Arkansas here in an hour and a half or so, and we're making sure that we have all the laws correct for Arkansas and Texas. So Left Hand over here is going over all the different laws we printed out. Very important when you're on a road trip, if you're going to carry weapons, that you know all the states you're going to be passing through.
Our trip, we're just going to be passing through 2 states. Well, actually passing through 1 state to get to our final destination of another state, Arkansas and Texas. So we're kind of doing a quick bone up on bone up.
Doing a bone up?
They're doing a bone up. We're doing.
I'm kicking you out.
We
are. Right no more truck ride for you.
We are studying, learning. We're learning ourselves these laws real quick, just review, and just kind of going over Arkansas right now. Places off limits, even with a permit. Most places you'd expect. Any police station or sheriff's station is prohibited. Any building of the Arkansas State Highway Transportation Department, any detention facility, any courthouse, any courtroom.
So basically nowhere that we're planning on going.
Well, now if we get hungry and we want to stop, there's a thing in here for restaurants, and any portion of an establishment except a restaurant as defined in one of their code annotateds, which we'd have to look at that is licensed to dispense alcoholic beverages for consumption on the premises. Any portion of an establishment except a restaurant where beer or light wine is consumed on the premises. And then it goes into any school, college, community college, or university campus building or event, unless for the purpose of participating in an authorized firearms-related activity. Okay, any licensee entering a private home shall notify the occupant that the licensee is carrying a concealed handgun. So, if we want to go knock on Granny Smith's door down here, we have to inform her that we have a firearm before entering her place of residence. Here's the definition of restaurant. Restaurant means any public or private place which is kept, used, maintained, advertised, and held out to the public or to a private or restricted membership as a place where complete meals are actually and regularly served. Such place being provided with adequate and sanitary kitchen and dining equipment. Why does it have to be sanitary?
Because I don't want to get screwed up bowel disease.
Well, so if it's unsanitary, then this doesn't apply. So all they have to do is have an unsanitary kitchen.
And then it's not considered a restaurant. Well, they're probably not going to be legally open either.
Thus, then we could carry. Anyway, and seating capacity of at least 50 people, and having employed a sufficient number and kind of employees to prepare, cook, and serve suitable food for its guests or members.
So that's where we get to carry then.
But they have to be kind employees.
What does it say about notifying a cop if you have? That's in there too, I think.
Yeah, but did you hear that?
Because
they have to be kind employees.
They have to be kind employees?
That's what it says. And kind.
So if we go in and we deem that the employees are rude and a bunch of jerks, then we technically aren't allowed to carry in there.
That's what it says.
So we got. So we've got to make sure that when we go in there, they're nice people, so we can carry.
That's right, and they have to be sanitary. At least one meal per day shall be served, and the place shall be open a minimum of 5 days per week, with the exception of holidays, vacations, and periods of redecorating. So
we are about to pass a police officer, and
ask him.
Should I just swerve and do a U-turn in the interstate and say, "Hey, what's the laws here?"
Look, can we pet your puppy? You're a canine unit. Oh, look at that cute puppy.
Drug task force on the interstate. I don't think they're looking for us. Although, when we get pulled over, we got all these Maxpedition bags and guns everywhere. And, officer, yes, we are fully loaded and armed to the teeth. He'll probably want to search everything. So what does it say about the, do you have to notify a police officer?
Must inform officer immediately on contact by law. Question. Yes.
So that's not like Tennessee. Tennessee, you don't have to. But in Arkansas, it looks like we do have to notify them as soon as we have contact with them.
According to this printout you've got here, is this up-to-date?
Yep.
Dealio?
Yes, it is.
Do no gun signs have the force of law? Yes. Any place at the discretion of the person or entity exercising control over physical location of the place by placing at entrance, which I read that earlier. So if they've got it posted prohibited, then you're not allowed to carry.
We're passing Buck Snort. I'm sure a lot of our listeners who aren't in the South would love to hear that we're passing a town called Buck Snort. So now it's time for us to go into a couple of the interviews that we did down there. We're going to start off the interviews with some friends of ours that we met down there. We had connected with them on Twitter a while back, but we just have never been able to get together and do a show or anything along those lines since we connected there. Now we are going to play the interview we did with them. Reaper Outdoors, awesome show. Then I'll do a hunting lodge and then a couple of ammo2go.com interviews and Lionheart Firearms, which is a relatively new firearms company. They've got some really cool guns. I hope you like it. Hey everybody, it's Zeke with Talking Lead.
I'm Left Hand, 407.
And I'm stretching a lot with the mic, so you're going to hate this, but we're here with Reaper Outdoors. They've got a show on Pursuit Channel?
Pursuit Channel, yeah.
They've got a show on the Pursuit Channel, and this is Reaper 01. Reaper 02 and Reaper 03. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Great.
Thanks for having us up here, Zeke.
Yeah, no problem. And y'all got a very unique show, right? It's more, you hunt and you survive at the same time?
Oh, absolutely. It stands by this: tactical, hunting, and survival. And what we do is we throw all that together. We use all those skills, and we go out there and hunt the animal, target it, hunt it, take it, and eat it.
Gotcha. And it's usually just the three of you and maybe one more person, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's just us out there doing it. It's three of us. Sometimes we bring out a fourth guy, but for the minute, this is the Reaper team right here.
Awesome. And we may sneak out there with you one time. Y'all could scare the hell out of us.
One of your easier tricks, maybe. What I want to know is, do you guys have certain roles or jobs while you're out in the field?
Sure.
One person responsible for something?
Well, like, he's the host of the show, which everyone should know that, Reaper 01. And then Reaper 02 is the main camera guy. And then I'm B-roll and still.
But we're all, everybody gets out there. I get to be in front of the camera and do my thing. But at the same time, we get tags. We'll all have tags. So if I tag out, then these guys jump on the weapon. One thing they do is don't put 01 on the camera, but I get my hands on it every once in a while.
Yeah. So what happens when you get your hands on the camera?
I don't know. I haven't really broke anything yet. This guy has broken a camera, and he runs it a couple times.
Yeah, I dropped it out of a tree at 20 feet, but he had lost his glove 5 minutes before that, and I was making fun of him. And the camera fell right on the glove and survived.
Karma.
But it took the screen and snapped it off. And they didn't tell me, and they closed it. The eyepiece is crooked in it, and I'm like, what's going on? I opened this. You broke it. And I was like, no, I don't think so.
The reason we don't tell him anything, though, because all he does, he bitches about it. I can't believe you guys did this. Like, when we're out here hunting in the middle of nowhere. So he goes ahead, but he welded it together. He's so cheap. Can't get it fixed by, somebody who does it.
I couldn't find the screws. So I took it to my weld shop, put it together. Zoop, zoop.
So y'all pulled a redneck version of Tommy Boy on him. Like when he goes to the door and it falls on, what did you do?
Absolutely, man.
It was crazy.
It was fun.
Tell us a little bit about your backgrounds.
Well, I've been a SEAL for 25 years.
Okay.
And right now I'm getting ready to retire, so I'm going to do this full time.
Awesome.
And we're going to take it to the people out there and make sure they understand what tactical and hunting, how that overlap works. Then, outdoors, my brother and I, John, we grew up in backwoods PA. And we lived in Alaska, one-room log cabin, dirt floor. Literally, when we were small, we didn't have any. We really didn't have any money, so we lived off the land. So our parents did a great job.
And you ate most of the food, from what I'm looking at.
Look at me.
Well, of course. That's why he eats like this, and I eat like this. I just pick away. And then, of course, Doug, he can tell you his background, NFL star here.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio. Played football at Ohio State and with Atlanta and Tennessee, and met Ron, actually doing some extra training. And go Titans, you know it.
Yeah, my background's just hunting, living off the land when I was a kid. And then, I live in New Orleans and, hook up with these guys, go have some fun, get out of the city.
What kind of was that moment where y'all are like, let's do a show?
They drug me into it.
Yeah,
because they were talking about it and said, oh, it'd be perfect for my brother to come in on this with us. And I was like,
we had known each other for a while. And when I was in Iraq, we were sending care packages out, doing all that cool stuff. And we're talking on the phone, and our dad was filming his hunts, and he wanted to break into that. That was his dream. So what we ended up doing was, let's pull that SEAL element, that what you do as far as jumping out of planes and doing all this stuff, bring that into the wilderness world. So with Doug's background and John's background, we just met up in Mississippi, and we just whiteboarded some things, got some ideas together, said, hey, let's do this. And we just took off from there.
And we don't want to grow up. None of us want to get real jobs.
We're not supposed to.
Yeah.
That's right.
No growing up.
That's what we all strive to do. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the concept itself is brilliant in my mind. I mean, the survival shows are huge right now. You get the Dual Survival, Bear Grylls, all those guys doing that. Hunting shows are big too, but you don't see the both. Every now and then, like on Dual Survival, they'll kill a pig or something.
Yes.
But that's like once every month.
Yeah,
but this is like the combination of both. Yeah. You're using firearms. The concept's amazing. I like it.
Yeah, firearms, in the world of survival, back when this country was founded, firearms played a big role in American history. In fact, that's why we have America today. And that's why we're here at the NRA show, supporting, because, people tend to forget how this country evolved and what we had to fight for back then.
Right.
So, and to get back to your point of hunting and survival, people hunted from day one to survive.
Right.
And whatever technology they could use from day one of throwing rocks to now using weapons. So, our concept is this: if you have the best weapon system out there, why not use that weapon system to go out there and collect your kill and get your food?
Yeah.
And we just take it to a whole nother level when it comes to all that stuff, and just bring awareness to it.
Very cool. Talk to us a little bit about one of your most memorable episodes that you've had to date.
I think the one we probably favor the most, or we have a couple, they're all great, but we went to Maine. Maine was a true adventure. A friend of mine, a veteran, that's up there running a guide service. What he does, he brings people into a camp and he does all this stuff. And I said, hey, can we come up there and hunt? That's how you get these hunts. And he's like, yeah, come on, I'll set the plan. He literally planned this hunt out. Yeah. And what he did was had some canoes. Right. So we canoed in. We had a remnants of a hurricane sweep through there while we're on this hunt. We had to literally fish to get food because everything just we're bear hunting. And the bear just weren't reacting normal just because of the weather. Mm-hmm. So we ended up one day, we caught one fish between the three of us.
Wow.
The next day we had 8. We got 8 fish. And that was, we were fat, dumb, and happy, laying on the side of that lake like, oh, this is awesome. So I would have to say, in my opinion, I think the Maine hunt was probably one of the favorite events to do and go out there and make it happen. Because it was true survival.
Right.
And while we're out there.
Yeah, and at the last minute, we were in our hide site doing our thing. We got a call from Matt, the guy. He said, hey, man, we got a hot bait site over here. Picked us up, Reaper style, drove in a truck, back down there. Last day, Ron and I are in the hide. Bear comes in. Ron takes it with a bow. I mean, it was awesome. We're hungry as hell, but it was fun.
Well, we had other ones where, in Texas, San Antonio, we did Aoudad hunt down there, and that environment was treacherous because it was hot, 104 degrees in the middle of the day. So we had to build shelter, to get out of that, bring that water, very limited in water. And, the Aoudad itself and the terrain they can follow and get on, we had a heck of a stock and a heck of a time getting out there and doing our thing. Mm-hmm. So that was an adventure. So they're all adventures. They're all great. Sure. Just we don't have enough time to name them all.
So what people got to understand is that when you guys go out, it's just the three of you. You guys don't have a crew that goes out with you, and you got a cameraman and all this stuff. Yeah, it's just the three of you. You guys are working the cameras, you're doing the guns, you're doing everything yourself.
Absolutely.
What we take in, we take back out too. We don't leave our trash laying there. You don't even know that we existed in the environment that we were operating in.
Yeah, that's a great point too.
And sometimes, we do take it, like we said before, we'll take a fourth guy because we want to get certain angles and bring that in. Or if there's a landowner that wants to go with us all day long, because they have allowed us to come on their property and hunt these animals. And then, if there's, wounded warriors, we'll do that all day. I mean, how would you turn that down? To bring them in and do that. So we do those events as well. So we want to capture that, so we'll bring a fourth guy in, whether it's taking pictures or B-roll type footage.
Gotcha. Nope. So or were you going to ask another question?
I got another. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I was just going to ask him contact information. How to find out.
Okay, yeah. I was going to ask you, what do you got coming up? Can you reveal that yet? Give us a little taste.
Yes, I'll give you a great taste. Well, what we have coming up this year is we have some amazing hunts coming up. Really, right now, with the insertion platforms we're using and how we're going to utilize that in the hunt, entertainment value is going to be off the charts. But the hunts that we're going to be doing and the way we're going to be surviving, because we've learned a lot in the last 2 years, 2.5 years of filming and getting this stuff going. But this year we're going to take it to a whole nother level, stuff that hasn't been done that we know of, at least in this world. So that's the next level, next step. So we're going to be hunting, surviving, and bringing all that tactical stuff.
Now when we come, you can just drive us in as the insert.
Negative.
Yeah.
Negative.
Meet us. We'll give you our pin.
We're doing exactly what you guys
have to go with us the way
we're going to do it exactly what. All right, so
the most intense one.
And speaking of intensity, I know these things, like you're saying. I mean, you guys may go days without eating. And just the three of you out there, I mean, do you get on each other's nerves? Has there ever been, a fisticuff situation or anything like that that comes to mind?
You know what? It's not necessarily fisticuffs. They're brothers. I feel like I'm one of their brothers now. So it's that brotherly, getting on your nerves, personalities get a little grinding. But as far as fist go, he's not going to fight me. He knows that's not going to work, right? I'm not going to fight him because he's smaller than me. And he's a SEAL. So who's going to beat him up?
He just looked at him.
He trumps everybody, right? That's awesome.
He just puts me in holds. He knows how to fight. It's no fun.
We've done some stuff, and it was just, it's kind of funny. It's just more, that's where experience comes in. He's young, tough, and all that good stuff, but, just that experience. You never, it's just like your dad.
Right.
You always, no matter how old your dad gets, he's always the man that can whoop your ass, no matter what.
Right.
So
he's not my dad either.
But we do. We have a great relationship to the point where, we do get on each other's nerves. We all have our own, worlds and our own mindsets about and our own ideas, but at the same time, we'll get at it, and then we're off of it, and we're moving, and we're just laughing, hoking, and joking. Kind of like the old Viking world, we're drinking your mead and just out there doing your thing, and that's how we are.
It's more in the editing room, man. We get our nerves way more in the editing room than we ever do out in the field.
Sure. Yeah.
Out in the field, it's more focused. You're in nature. Things are going good usually. It's not as bad.
So you're saying there's mead on these trips?
No, not on the trip. Afterwards, for celebration, we will have some beer.
There we go.
Some homebrew.
No alcohol and firearms.
Absolutely not. Nope.
So, Reaper 01, tell us a little bit about how our listeners can find the show, your website, any contact information.
Absolutely. All you got to do is go to reaperoutdoors.com, and you'll find us there. That'll have all the channel information, everything you need. Get on the Facebook and like us, of course, and then Twitter.
Gotcha.
And then, we air on the Pursuit channel this year. I'll tell you what, it's a great show and a great time, and thank you for having us here.
Hey, no problem. And as always,
keep your loved ones close
and your firearms closer.
Hey guys, it's Zeke here with Talking Lead.
Left hand here.
And we are here with Jason and
Jennifer.
How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Doing good.
Very good. They're with ammo2go.com, and we're going to let them talk a little bit about their company and what they do.
You want to start us off, babe?
Who wants to go first?
Ammo2go is an online ammo store. What we do, you can go online, get your ammo, and we'll ship it to your door. Standard UPS charges apply. The good thing about our website is the second it sells out, we have real-time inventory, so it completely disappears and goes off of our website.
Nice. That's awesome.
So that when you go to our website and you see a product, you can rest assured that it is in stock, we do have it, and you are going to get your merchandise. So that's the good thing that kind of sets us apart from everyone else is you're not going to go online and see a bunch of out-of-stock items.
So none of this, you put your order in, and then a week later you get this notice that, sorry, it's back ordered.
Right. No, we do no back orders. I mean, of course, mistakes happen. I mean, there is an occasional inventory error, but 99.9% of the time, if you order it, you're going to get it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And we also ship to Alaska, Hawaii, all over the country.
Okay.
So
wherever it's legal, right?
Wherever we can ship.
Exactly.
Wherever we can ship.
What states can you not ship to?
There are no states.
Yeah.
There's only cities.
Cities?
There's certain cities
Right.
we cannot sell to, but there's no state.
Maybe like
that we
Chicago?
Correct.
We can't,
San Francisco,
Detroit, San Francisco,
Detroit.
New York City, but a lot of that's only mags.
Right.
And the specialty ammo, pretty much like if you want to order 9mm FMJ, we can send that anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, pretty much. So.
That's good to know.
And y'all can get any caliber, or is there anything
absolutely.
you can't get access to? Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how we've grown is special orders. When a guy comes up to me and says, hey, do you carry this? And I don't carry it, I'll buy him whatever he needs, and then we'll buy more stock for the store. And at that point, it becomes an everyday stocking item.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, with the customer's help, that's how we've grown. And we pretty much carry every caliber known.
Gotcha. Except explosive rounds and stuff like that, right?
Exactly. We do carry some specialty.
Do you have incendiary?
Yeah,
You do carry those?
We do carry incendiary,
Awesome.
tracer, stuff like that.
What about like training rounds?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah, we deal with law enforcement across the country, from small sheriff's departments to up higher than
You do
that.
this ammunition?
No, we're not in this ammunition. There is a little bit of a buzz going around about that. We haven't branched off into that yet. So
Give us a little bit of a history about your company, how you guys came to be.
Well, Ammunition2Go started about 11 years ago. My brother-in-law, which is her brother John, started a company in college, was doing gun shows across the country in the South for about 5 years, and then in 2007,
AmmunitionToGo.com was born. He went through the election the first go around in 2008 and decided that he wanted to move on to other things, and we had an opportunity of a lifetime, so we jumped all over it and just really started to promote and push the brand and try to make it a household name. So that's how it started. Without her brother, we wouldn't be where we are. So we really appreciate everything he's done for us.
Are y'all starting to see ammo become more available in the last few weeks?
Really and truly,
with the
no.
bans being shot down?
Not necessarily. What we've done, what's happened is, actually all America's bought up the annual production in a matter of a week.
Wow.
So it's going to take a good while for the pipeline to fill back up. But I'm pretty satisfied with the current climate that we're in. That we are receiving a fair amount, especially for what we're going through right now. So.
Would you think that the reason for the shortage, other than obviously everybody buying up a year's supply in a short amount of time, is that the manufacturers didn't allocate enough resources to be able to produce?
No, I really think the manufacturers did the best they could. They knew what happened in 2008. I think they revamped everything to keep this from happening. But
they saw it coming.
Once a demand like this, there's really nothing you can do about it. With the raw materials and it's just. We're in a tough situation right now, and it's going to take a while for ammo to get back to normal. Yeah, it is.
So tell us a little bit about the other stuff y'all offer, too.
We carry a full line of accessories, AR parts, stocks, fore-ends. We've got a pretty good selection of optics. We deal with EOTech and Trichicon.
Aimpoint?
No, actually, Aimpoint came and talked to me yesterday, so I'm going to start doing some stuff with Aimpoint.
Possibility down the road.
We sell backpacks,
Nikon,
gun bags,
anything like that.
We did Nikon for a long time. Rifle scopes aren't the best for an online business, in my opinion. Guys want to feel them, look through them, touch them, and stuff like that. We did well with Nikon for a while, but we decided that wasn't working for you guys. Exactly. So. But yes, we do backpacks, gun cases, magazines galore. Knives.
All kinds. We pretty much sell everything besides the firearm.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Uppers.
Yeah.
We've got a full line of uppers when I can get them in. From 458 SOCOMs to 5.56s, 300 blackouts.
Did you say 300 blackout?
300 blackouts.
I just happen to be in the market for one of those.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So. Survival food, survival stuff,
So they just go to ammotogo.com and shop. I'm sure you got a very user-friendly interface.
Absolutely.
That's they can browse through all the products.
That's one of the best things we've got going for us is everybody feels that we've got one of the easiest web pages to navigate through, and our customer service is very, very important to us. We want to make sure that everybody that comes to us has a good experience all the way around. We can't make every single person happy, but we do strive to do that, and. Whether it's giving free T-shirts or we do try to have the best customer service in the business, and I think that's helped us get to the place where we are.
What would you say is your top seller outside of ammo?
Outside of ammo, top seller.
Magazines.
Yeah, it would definitely have to be magazines.
Magazines. We've got a huge selection of magazines.
Are you guys pretty stocked up on the high capacity magazines?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you do have Glocks, ARs.
That is correct.
During the hype, when everybody was sold out of the high capacity magazines, we were still cheaper than everybody online, and we still had high capacity magazines.
Wow.
So, and we still have a lot of high capacity magazines.
We prepared for this for over 2 years, and prepared well.
Right.
To the point where. If it didn't go our way, we were going to be in trouble. We put a lot of effort into making sure we had plenty of inventory. And during the hype, most people were out. We had good business for another 2 months. We had good enough business to have a backlog of over 40,000 orders. That's not back orders. That's a backlog.
Wow. That we had to get to ship out.
Yeah,
we had the ammo.
Yeah.
We had the ammo. We just had to get to that order to get it out to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
we ran 2 shifts from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. 6 days a week to get over that hump. And once we did, now we let all the inbound stuff that came in over the last few months. Now it was starting to stack up. Now we're starting to list that every day. So we're updating the webpage every single day. But you have to get on there quick, and you have to watch it because it sells out.
It'll go fast, just as quick as you put it up.
Yeah.
Well, and then another thing I would like to say is, for customers that get online, if you friend us on Facebook, about 20 to 30 minutes before we post good items, like premium, like long rifle, 9mm 40, 223. We do post it on Facebook. That kind of gives all of our Facebook friends a little heads up to let them know, hey, jump online. We're listing some 22 long rifle right now. So, you know, or 9mm. So
you got a little tickler system in place on Facebook.
Yeah. Because otherwise, you know, you just jump online and it's just gone.
Right.
I mean, it's gone in minutes.
Yeah, you can have an invoice of 5 line items. You list the first line item. By the time you get through listing the 5th one, we're talking minutes.
It's gone. The top line item's gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
That is wild. Do you guys have one of those little tickler systems that says, okay, we're out of this. Do you want to be notified when it's in stock? Do you guys have one of those kind of systems? I've seen that on some
You have to.
websites.
The problem, yes, we do, but the problem with it is you have to have purchased that item already once.
Okay.
And then you have to have it in your cart, and then at the bottom of the cart it says, notify me when this ammo comes back. So, yes and no, we do. I mean, you can't just jump online and click to be notified, but
that's a pretty good system.
Yeah, once you've already purchased
it weeds
it
out
once.
the people who aren't really serious about it.
The people who, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah.
Now, do you guys put a limit on what people can buy?
Absolutely
No
not.
limitations?
The only thing we're doing is limiting the amount that we're putting on per day. Gotcha. And the only reason we're doing that is to keep our backlog under control.
Right.
So we don't have 2-week shipping.
That's smart.
Yeah. Well, and also so that we have ammo, because if we listed everything, we'd be literally gone in 3 days, and none of us would have a job.
You guys would be in Hawaii somewhere right now.
Exactly.
Waiting for the ammo to come back.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Very nice. Well, give a little bit about the contact information, how they go through Ammo to Go to get some more ammo and all that stuff. Little plug, phone numbers, websites, whatever you got.
Yeah, you can go on ammotogo.com website. It has all of our contact information, but you can also call. If you don't have a computer, you can call into the store. The number is 979-277-9676, and we'd be happy to place an order for you over the phone for those of you that don't have a computer.
And they are really easy to deal with, user-friendly. I've ordered stuff from them. It's a great company to deal with, so make sure you go to ammotogo.com and get you some stuff. I'm here with Pete from Buck Run Hunting Lodge in South Carolina. How's it going, Pete?
Great. Good day.
Very good. We are wanting to start doing some hunting shows on Talking Lead, and we will be doing that soon here in the fall. By the time you hear this, it may be closer to the fall with my editing slowness. But tell us a little bit about the company, Pete.
Well, Buck Run Hunting Lodge was founded in 1992. We are a full-service hunting operation in the low country of South Carolina, which is in the bottom part of the state. We're on the Savannah Riverside, which would be the west side of our state. Right. We're about 50 miles north of Savannah, Georgia, 50 miles west of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, 50 miles west of Beaufort, South Carolina, about 70 miles south of Augusta, Georgia. Sure. So we're 50 miles from everybody. So we are a full-service hunting operation. We hunt whitetail deer, eastern wild turkeys, as well as wild feral hogs.
Gotcha. Well, you said 8,000 acres earlier, right? That pretty much puts you close to 50 miles from everybody.
That's right. You know, that's a lot of land to manage and maintain, but 8,000 acres is correct.
Awesome. And y'all have, you said deer, turkey, and wild hog hunts?
That is correct.
Does South Carolina have a limit on the hogs? I know Texas right now with the issue they're having, it's 365, 24/7.
I think that's pretty much the case everywhere. No, we do not have a limit. You can hunt them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And night hunting has just been legalized in the state, so we can actually hunt them at night. We don't do that. We don't need to. Okay. We harvest enough in the traditional manner.
And when's the deer season for South Carolina?
We have one of the longest seasons in the nation. We actually open August 15th. Gotcha. That particular time frame until September 14th is bucks only. Our antlerless deer season comes in September 15th, and our entire deer season runs through January 1st.
Gotcha. And you said there was no limit on bucks in South Carolina, but y'all do put a limit on your guests that come, right?
In our particular part of the state, we do not have a limit on bucks whatsoever. We're very liberal in our limits at the lodge. We allow our hunters to harvest actually 1 buck per sitting, which would be 2 per day,
Okay.
1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon of every day they're there.
Gotcha. Very nice. And then, so if somebody wants to schedule a trip out to Buck Run Hunting Lodge, what do they need to do?
Well, they can call us on our telephone. It's 803-625-3791, or they can contact us via our website, which would be www.buckrun.com.
What's some of the coolest little hunts that y'all have done over there?
Well, of course, we cater to the family. Our lodge is more known. We're not a country club. We're not a party place. We do actually cater to family-style hunting, and I guess the most rewarding thing for us would be the children,
right.
the first-timers, the non-hunters, and people experiencing their first harvest, whether it be deer, turkey, or hog, whatever. As a matter of fact, we just had one of those last week, a 13-year-old first-time hunter from Florida, never seen a turkey nor a hog,
right.
was able to kill both the same day.
Awesome.
So that was very rewarding. So
now, if somebody's from another state, like we're from Tennessee, do we have to take a South Carolina hunter safety course, or does what we have carry over to y'all's state?
Our law says this: anyone born after June the 30th of 1979 must have successfully completed a hunter safety course approved by the state of South Carolina before we can sell them a hunting license. You actually do not even have to have a hunting license in the state of South Carolina until you're 16.
Okay.
So youth under 16 years of age can hunt free without a hunting license, but basically we honor everybody's hunter safety course.
Like, is there an age limit, like youth-wise? Because my daughter, she's 7, and I want to take her on a hunt this year. And is there a limit to that? Or?
No, there is not. Actually, our youngest hunter to ever have harvested a deer was 7 years old.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So,
try to get my daughter a deer this year.
There you go. There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. We have a lot of young hunters. I mean, 8, 10-year-olds that harvest the first deer, and we generally are able to accomplish 20 to 25 of those first-time youth harvests per year.
Right. Do you have any special hunts, like youth hunts, charity hunts, anything along those lines throughout the year?
We do not. As far as a special hunt, what we do, we allow our kids to come in at about a 25% of the actual cost. They're considered a non-hunter,
okay.
and they hunt with an adult, okay. and they act as one hunter, during their hunting stay, and they're able to harvest animals as well as the parent because of our liberal limits.
Gotcha. Very nice. Well, go ahead and give your contact information again so our listeners can find out how to get a hold of you and set something up.
Okay, once again, that would be Buck Run Hunting Lodge. We're located in Estill, South Carolina. Telephone number is 803-625-3791, or we can be contacted through our website, which would be www.buckrun.com.
All right, so everybody out there, all you lead heads, make sure you check out Buck Run Hunting Lodge. Great people, great guy. It sounds like they have a great facility too. So thank you very much, Pete.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're near South Carolina.
All right, we're here with Jared from Lionheart Industries. Jared, tell us a little bit about your company.
Okay, Lionheart Industries is a new firearms company that just introduced our firearms at SHOT Show a few months ago in Las Vegas. And 2 years ago, my partners and I set out to have a firearm as well as a firearms line that had the best of everything, because we got tired of sending firearms out to have a certain finish put on them or different sights put on them. We wanted one that, in our mind, was the best of all worlds in one single.
See you, Gabby.
One single product, and we think we've cracked that nut here with our firearms. So right now we only have 9mm, and we have 3 models. We have a compact, a full size, and a full size of the light rail. And it's our LH series, Lionheart series. What we've done is the best finish we could find is a Cerakote finish. I mean, if there's a better finish out there, by all means, let us know. But we haven't seen anything better. It's a nice, durable, thick coat of Cerakote we have on these, and that's standard. You don't have to send these out, and the price of the Cerakote is not added into my MSRP or anything like that. It's just a finish that needs to be on these guns. So the best finish we could find is Cerakote. The best sights we could find is Novak sights. They're adjustable. They're perfect for any type of shooter. So we have Novak sights as standard. And as far as I know, we're the only firearms company that has a firearm that offered right now that has Cerakote finish and Novak sights as standard. And on top of that, we wanted to have a very unique and innovative grip design that is very durable when it's exposed, if you're in a holster or if you're putting it in a glove box underneath your car seat, whatever. That's going to last a long time. It's also very comfortable in the grip, a male or female, no matter what size grip hand. So we've got one of the top designers in the industry.
Let's see, I've got the big hand.
So,
oh, that feels really good.
Yeah, it
feels awesome.
Yeah, it's a rubberized grip. It almost feels like a hardened polymer, but it's not. It's a rubberized grip. And we have one of the top designers in the industry that for accessories actually design these for us as a personal favor, kind of. So it really helps keep the cost down of that. But at the same time, so best finish, Cerakote, best sights, Novak, best design on our grip we could find. But on top of that, we wanted the best platform to work from. So we've gone with all forged components and all metal gun. So you have forged aluminum frame, stainless steel match grade chrome line barrel, stainless steel slide. So all that put together, now you have a really good platform to work from. On top of that, the best trigger we could find is a standard single and double action like you have with a semi-auto, but now we have what's called double action plus. So once it's cocked or you have this thing ready to go, you can push the hammer right back up with your thumb. Whether it's on safe, the ambidextrous safety or not, it doesn't matter. You can push the hammer right back up. It's not decocked at all. As you can see, when the hammer moves, the trigger moves.
Right.
When the hammer is pulled back, you're in single action, trigger length and poundage. But now when you engage double action plus, push the hammer right back up. You have a double action length of a trigger pull, but you have single action weight. It's 3-pound trigger pull. Right. Very unique. So it increases first round on target accuracy dramatically. So 3 pounds, bang. So now, especially for female shooters or anybody that has a weakened forearm or some type of grip, because we have a lot of people out there that have some type of handicap that some of these guns don't allow them to shoot because of the operation. So we've been able to have this feature on there and increases first round on target accuracy dramatically. So
I've talked to a lot of people at the range that are up in age, and they've said their arthritis help. They have to get guns that have really light triggers because they can't shoot.
Exactly right. And which and my fiance, she's little, and so when she starts pulling the trigger, that it's so long and heavy, it starts to shake a little bit, and it starts to overcompensate. Then the round's not on target, or it's not hitting the target where you want to. So this is something that's very ideal. So we put together everything we can find, the best of everything. So you got the finish, the sights, the trigger, all that, the grips, the materials. Then the best lube system we could find and care for this is frog lube. We haven't found anything better. We actually coated our gun with frog lube, cleaned it all up like they tell you to treat the weapon before you fire it, put it through a 5,000 round test. It's on our website or our Facebook page. Not one hiccup, not one issue, not one problem whatsoever with our weapon functioning. And once it was all done, cleaned it all up, it's good to go again. So 5,000 rounds. So this is kind of a boring video, but at the same time, it's there to show that these weapons will function no matter what happens. So we got the best of everything on this gun. On top of that, we went ahead and put together a case that doubles as a range bag, because no matter how many firearms somebody has, they usually got a plastic case that they're never using.
So this comes standard with
our guns.
Oh, nice.
So it's a nylon range bag. It's been redesigned by one of my partners, and has your frog lube cleaning system in it. You got the rest of your cleaning stuff in here. You get 2 magazines with all of our guns, 2 10-round magazines for our compact, a 13 and 15-round mag for our full size, your cable lock system, but all your nomenclature, your owner's manual, everything for even our lifetime warranty card, everything's in here. And then you've got extra space in here for other items too. Your gun ships in this, but this is the way it ships as standard. A lot of independent reviewers out there have said this is the best case they've seen ship with a gun as standard that they've ever seen.
Definitely is.
So, and when it comes to having a firearm that is durable, everything that I've discussed on these, you're talking $1,000 plus retail price point. Our compacts start at $695.
Seriously?
$695.
Tell our listeners how they could find out about Lionheart.
Lionheart, they can go to our website, which is lionheartindustries.com, LIONHEART industries.com. Our Facebook page, keyword Lionheart Industries. Or they can email me, and if they're a dealer out there, because we're accepting new dealers all the time, and sometimes I can even offer same-day shipping. A lot of dealers can't get guns right now. Where when we come around, it's great because even if they're hesitant about taking a risk on a new company, they get their guns quickly and they're selling really well once they educate the buyer on our firearms. And they can reach me at JERROD@lionheartindustries.com, and we'll get them all the information they want. We have range gun programs that help dealers with ranges, or they have training courses to have these guns out there for them at a cheaper price and get the try before you buy out there. So, and once the public has been educated on these, they're starting to really adopt these as their everyday carrier or any type of personal defense weapon, because it is that one that's going to last you a very long time and has the best of everything for a very low price. The value is there.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Jared.
Appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
And as always, left hand, keep your loved ones close and keep your firearms closer.